the end of a shift. Had some thoughts today while I was working. I'd like to share those with you. I think it's important that as we go through the day, if we come up with ideas that might help other people, it's important to share them. So, if you're ready, let's go have a talk.
Howdy folks. Whew, change. That's what I want to talk about. But I don't want to be in all this stuff, and you probably can't hear me anyways. Give me just a minute. Let me get out of this stuff and we'll sit and chat. Change. Took me a minute to get out of that stuff. That's a change in and of itself. Literally to change out of it. But the fact that we're having to do this, get in and out of personal protective equipment, is something that I'm still getting used to. So as I was thinking about it and thinking about what change meant and what it means for us going forward, and I'm going to talk globally here. I'm not going to talk about individual things. Change happens in our lives. Change happens at work, happens in our families. Happens when you go to the grocery store. You know, the phrase "times they are a-changin'" certainly fits at our moment in time. So as I was thinking about it, just thinking about what change and why that bothers us so, why that creates such anxiety inside, and it's a sense of loss. It's we have lost our normal. Lost the ability to have control over it, and sometimes that's okay. When a baby's born into your family, life-changing change right there, instantaneously. Or it could be something that is more long-term. You know that you're going to be, let's say, retiring, and you've lost that. You've lost that ability to have control, but you're on a part of your life that you've had for, for 20, 30, 40 years. And now you're moving into a different aspect, and you're looking forward to that change. So change happens. It's just a part of life, but it's how we perceive it and how we react to it. I once heard someone say that they're talking about change, and there were two ships that were leaving the harbor, two sailing vessels leaving the same harbor, and they went in opposite directions, using the same wind, and yet they went in opposite directions. So it's how you set your sail, based upon the wind that's blowing, and whether you want to fight against it and not go anywhere. You want to set your sail so you're sailing with the wind, or if you need to go, you need to zigzag across and head into the wind. You can do it, but it's all about attitude. Had a real close friend of mine tell me once. He says, Blaine, if you don't like something, you change it. If you can't change it, well, then you need to change the way you think about it. And that caused me to stop and kind of ponder that a bit. And there's a lot of truth to that. If what is being thrust upon you, whether it's during a pandemic, whether it's circumstances happening at home with your kids, even at the grocery store, it's how you react to it. And in a lot of cases, it's a choice, whether we react negatively or we react positively. So as I was thinking about this and talking about the video and talking about change, this could go on. There are year-long lessons on how to manage change. Not going to talk for a year here. So I've got my clipboard here just because there's six short steps for you to think about. Now, I'm not saying that this particular video is going to make drastic. You're going to be able to grasp onto change and have a good attitude about it and move forward positively. But it just gives you something to think about. And then if you want to talk more about it, you know how to get a hold of me. All the contact information at the end of the video. But when it comes to change, regardless of where it's at, whether it's at work, at home, wherever it is, find the humor in the change. There's always something there. Kind of give yourself a different, step back, take a look from another angle, and a different perspective. Maybe talk with someone about it, but find the humor in it. Focus on the problem. If this change is creating a problem, focus on the problem and not your feelings. Your feelings are, they come and go. They will send you in directions that you may not want to go in, or you may not realize that you're going in. But if you focus on what the problem is, and focus on solutions, trying to find the humor in whatever it is that's going on. But focus on that and not on your feelings, and not getting caught up in whether it's, and a lot of change will create anger, will create angst, and not focus on that stuff, but focus on what the problem is and how you can move forward, how you can either go around it or you can go through it, how to manage that problem. Don't stress about stressing out. There's enough stress going on in the world right now. Don't stress about stressing out. Keep relaxed, and if you need to step back away from it, need to take a break from it, then absolutely do that. Look at the values. Look at your values and not your fears. We all have fears of something. Some of us it's fear of change, because we lose our control. We don't know what's on the other side of that problem. We don't know what the outcome is going to be. But if you focus on your values and focus on what you can do through this change, how you can benefit through this change, and not about the fear of the unknown on the other side, you are reducing your stress, and you're focusing more on the positive. And I don't mean to be all Pollyanna about this. There's a lot of stuff that's reason enough to be upset about a lot of things. But if you can alleviate some of the fear, some of the stress surrounding whatever change it is that you're going through, it'll help clear your mind and allow you to focus on what you need to focus on, and set that other stuff aside. Accept the past, but fight for the future. Yep, we've all made mistakes in the past. Maybe some of us have skeletons in the closet. But if you can focus and fight for the future that you want to have, accept the past, learn from it, but fight for that future. Fight for what's good. Then that will automatically change your whole perspective on whatever it is that you're struggling with right now in regards to change. And then the last piece here, don't expect stability. There is nothing stable about change. And that is in part why we get so concerned about it, is because our terra firma, our earth, our normal solid rock foundation is no longer solid rock. We're standing on shifting sand. But if you do not expect stability, and expect that there's going to be some shifting sands, like standing on the seashore, barefooted, and the waves come in and you can feel that sand just eroding out from underneath your feet. If you can expect that, then you've lowered your expectation, and which is going to reduce your stress and hopefully reduce the fear of what's on the other side. change. We have to jump into zoot suits now. And when to do that and when not. When are we going to mask and when are we not? Things going on at home. Change is a matter of life. And if we can change our perspective, if we can look at things just in a different direction and focus on the future, focus on the good, it will alleviate a lot of anxiety that we have, and we can move forward and work together as a unit, whether it's a family unit, a work unit, whatever team that it is that you're working on. I hope this helps. Just some food for thought, that's all that it is. 5, 6, 7-minute video. I'm not going to change your world, but if I can give you something to think about, so as you move forward in whatever it is that might be causing some concern, that you're able to do it with a different attitude and a different perspective. I hope this helps. You know how to get a hold of me. If there's anything that I can do, please reach out, or reach out to anybody that can provide some support for you. As always, thanks for listening. Make good decisions, and I'll talk with you next time.